Hello children, good morning to you all. Children, hope you are taking care of yourself. Today children, we have already started with the fourth chapter from your history book, second phase of Indian national movement, and we have already completed the causes of the rise of assertive nationalists. Children, now we will continue with the chapter, and today we will take the main objective of assertive nationalist. In this, the children will study that the main objective of assertive nationalists was the complete or immediate attainment of Swaraj. They wanted the independence without waste of any time. Now, what were the method that was taken by the assertive nationalists? The main focus of the assertive nationalist was to get a larger portion for the Indian in the administration of their country and the end of British economic exploitation of India. And the method which was adopted by the assertive nationalists can be divided into four categories, and they are Swadeshi and boycott, national education, and passive resistance. First, we will take the Swadeshi and boycott. Children, you all have already studied this term in the previous classes. Today, we are going to do it with detail. Swadeshi means of one's own country, to produce and use things which are made in India itself. It promoted indigenous industries to strengthen the nation, and it increased the feeling of self-respect, self-reliance, and self-support. Another word, children, Swadeshi means producing necessary items in their own country and using them for one's use without being dependent on any imported good. The Swadeshi idea was popularized by occasional bonfire of foreign cloth, salt, and sugar. Means these things were burned in fire to show that common people that we do not depend on the foreign goods. We can produce our own things in our own country. Swadeshi and boycott are the two sides of the same coin. Tilak said, when you accept Swadeshi, you must boycott foreign goods. Again, children, then British, it also proved as a most effective weapon for harming British interest in India. Lala Lajpat Rai said, we desire to turn our faces away from government house and turn them to hearts of people. Now they said that we don't have now interest on British, whereas we have more interested in the people, poor people. So these are the two terms, and then we will come to the third one, that is national education. Children, a national education scheme of education was planned, which was to replace that of government controlled universities and colleges. Now that means, children, now the people, the leaders of India, they said that they will have their own university where the children or young people of Indian people will be educated. They will not depend on the schools or colleges, universities which were controlled by the British. The national leaders advocated national university that were free from government control, and large number of national schools were established in East Bengal. Bengal National College was set up at Kolkata, and then in Chennai, Punjab, the DAV movement made considerable effort in spreading education through various schools and colleges. Efforts were also made to give education a national oriented in the vernacular language, means different local language the education will be given. So children, these were the movement to educate the people. Then revivalism, that means assertive nationalists revived the self-respect by referring the Indian glorious past. In your Indian history, when you have studied the chapter, when you have read about brave kings like Shivaji, Maharana Pratap, so they wanted to show, these leaders, they wanted to introduce the common people with the glorious past of India, where the great rulers were there like Shivaji, and their festival related to these kings were also celebrated. Tilak revived Shivaji's festival in 1895. Chandragupta, Vikramaditya, Rana Pratap and Shivaji were presented as national heroes so that people of India get inspired and the masses to fight for their country, as they will think that they in past they had brave leaders or brave kings who had fought bravely to save the country. In the same way, this will inspire the common people to fight for the independence of their country. Then children, here we have got in your book itself in page 52 achievement of assertive nationalist. The people had achieved lot of things while they fought for the independence. These leaders were able to inculcate national pride by extolling Indian past, and then they gave new slogans to the Indian nationalist movement like non-cooperation, passive resistance, mass agitation and self-reliance. So and there were many other things. They spoke, wrote and audited newspaper in vernacular language. First it was not published in vernacular language, but the benefit was that if the newspaper was published in vernacular language, then common people were able to read what was happening in the country. It was their effort that produced a class of revolutionary willing to sacrifice their life and property for the sake of the country. That also you have already learned. They have read that many leaders, freedom fighters, they gave up everything to save their country or to get independence. They declared that what India needed was total freedom from foreign rule. The movement, which had started from Bengal, soon spread to other part of the country. Swadeshi and boycott of foreign goods assumed an all India character. Now it became very popular. Now it was because of the effort and sacrifices made by assertive leaders that the partition of Bengal was also annulled in 1911. You remember children, in this lesson only, in this chapter only, I had read about and previous chapter I have read about the partition of Bengal, how Lord Curzon wanted to partition Bengal into two parts to divide Hindus and Muslims, but because of the efforts of assertive nationalists, this was annulled in 1911. This gave fresh self-confidence to Indian nationalists. Now they started thinking that if they work hard, if they do properly, they come together and they fight for the freedom, they can achieve freedom from British. After this, children, there are three nationalists, early nationalists, assertive nationalist children. The picture was already shown when I started the class. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Lala Lajpat Rai. So children, here the short notes are given on all the three leaders, and the short were there at the back of the page, your lesson. Short note is given on them. Children, go through the lesson. Bal Gangadhar Tilak is also known as father of assertive nationalists. He played a leading part. Bipin Chand Pal was also known as father of revolutionary thought in India. His program consisted of Swadeshi, boycott as national education. Lala Lajpat Rai was popularly known as Punjab Kechari or Sher-e Punjab. He founded Punjabi and Vande Mataram, Urdu daily, and People English widely. So children, these were the three famous leaders. You will get a short note at the back of your lesson. Go through the lesson, children. Here we have already completed the lesson. I hope you will not find any difficulty in understanding the chapter. But before doing any written work, go through the lesson, read it properly once again, and we will discuss some questions in the next class. Till then, children, take care of yourself. Have a good day and take care of your younger one also. Thank you, children.